105 North Avenue, 52.
Prepare to be fucked by the organs of the law.
This isn't happening. Everyone look away, please. Nothing to see here.
You can't break those cuffs.
Take him away, Ty.
Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion, coming to you live from Neo Chicago. I'm Officer Kevin.
And I'm Officer Grant.
What's up, Grant?
It's up.
Let's give a quick thank you to our guest from last week, Dave Pretendo. And let's give a warm welcome to a brand new member of the lore, which is Thought Cops, Max Shanker. How the hell are you, Max?
Oh, so stellar. How are you guys?
Good.
Oh, just trying to beat the heat,
Yeah, Mr. LA.
as they say. Yeah, I'm in LA this week, so it's really hot here. It's really hot.
It's actually very cold here. It's snowing in Chicago.
Yeah.
Wish I could say I was surprised.
Yeah. Well, you know,
So,
Lightfoot doing anything to put an end to these protests.
dude, I mean, we gotta talk about this real quick. The day that a lot of shit went down in Chicago, like a week or two ago, was a horrific storm. Like tornadoes ripping through Lake Michigan, hail, and like my whole fucking apartment building, like the house I live in, was like shaking and shit was hitting my windows.
There was like a funnel cloud at Addison and Lakeshore Drive.
Yeah.
And I've spent so much time just like making fun of people to their face for believing in DARPA, but I really think Lightfoot uses DARPA.
By DARPA, you must mean some sort of like dark
it's like dark energy. No, it's not even that cool. It's like
It's the HARP system.
Yeah. It's very Jesse Ventura, where they can control the weather.
Yeah.
And
right.
do targeted harassment against protesters.
Well, I mean, that certainly is a good case for it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just exercising your First Amendment right.
Yeah, watch out for those tornadoes. They'll get you. So, Max, you're a comedian in Chicago. You do a lot of stand-up. And we've had a number of comedians from Chicago on the show recently calling in. So, during these times, how have you been staying busy and how have you been staying sane?
I have been regressing so hard.
Hell yeah.
I have not done anything comedy related. I got a med card, and I've just been eating like 100 milligrams of weed every day.
Sweet.
I think that part, like a silver lining to this whole fucking thing, is that a lot of us could have used a break.
Yeah.
So I mean, it comes at a shitty cost and whatever, but I don't think it's bad to take a break. And if you can, I mean, I think that you mentioned regressing. That's I feel like that's a very universal experience right now.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's, there's worse ways to regress, but I'm just like, I'm still working. I work from home. So I'll sit in my office not my office. I'll sit in my bedroom with my blank walls and my closed blinds till 5 p.m. And then I'll go sit in the living room till midnight and just do it on loop.
I hear that, man. I hear that. It's not ideal. That's for sure.
No.
I do kind of prefer working at home, and I don't know how long it's going to last, to be honest, but I do think it actually is nicer.
Oh, yeah.
Just because you cut down on the commute time. I mean, I don't like working 2 feet from the bed that I sleep in.
It's very weird.
But I do, like, if I had like a home office to work in, like I could just go in another room in my home that wasn't the room that I slept in, that would be fucking perfect.
You know what you have to do is you have to, when your boss calls you back into the office, you have to beat yourself up and throw yourself through their glass coffee table and then demand, $200,000 a year just to work from home and sit and do nothing.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
As is what happened in the hit 1999 movie Fight Club.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just do that. You can work from home for the rest of your life.
I'm thinking about, I work for, I don't think I can say it, but I work for,
I wouldn't,
a place that's pretty reliant on, the gig economy. And so I feel like I could just get clipped by one of their drivers and sue them.
There you go. That's a great option.
I think everyone's considering that option right now. I'm looking into ways how I can sue my place of work. I think everyone's trying to do it.
Yeah, I can't go back in.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm working sales right now, and I don't like them. I don't know how else to say it. I get very itchy talking about sales. They make us do happy hours, like Zoom happy hours.
What?
Jesus.
What's a Zoom happy hour?
They made me turn on my camera one time when I was just playing Zelda. And they like, so what do you have to say about this thing about baseball? And I was like, I don't know.
Oh God.
It's like, I can
Sports ball, am I right, folks?
It was a huge divide of people super into baseball and super into being like, sports ball, let's hit a home run or hit a touchdown.
You said they made you guys do that?
Yeah, every Wednesday.
That's awful.
That's so depressing.
I just started scheduling calls for Wednesday at 4:30.
It's a good idea.
I also want to say, Max, this episode is, I believe, 2 years in the making.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We've been in touch for literally 2 years, and we've been going back and forth. Hey, can you do Thursday? Yeah. Oh, actually, I have this. Okay, can you do Thursday? No, now we got this. Okay. And we basically, every couple months, we touch base. And here we are.
Yeah.
At last, we're finally doing an episode of Thought Cops with our friend Max.
It only
Very
took
excited.
closing down the entire global economy to make this episode happen.
And like I said, silver lining.
Closing down the global economy and 5 months.
Right.
I still had to beat Borderlands 3 twice.
Yeah. I can't go back in until I work through my backlog. Speaking of backlogs, so Grant, we've been doing a lot of streaming on Twitch. If you follow us at twitch.tv/thoughtcops, we stream every single Sunday night and Tuesday night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you live outside of that time zone, figure it out.
Do some math. Go to one of those time zone calculators that I always use when we're planning guests.
Yeah. You can't just do it in your head?
No, I can't. No. I always forget if ahead is one more or one less. And I mean,
I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised I'm on here, or I'm in here on time. I'm like, oh, fuck, I've got to record tonight. What time's that?
Yeah, I have no idea what time zone LA is in, and I have no idea what number that corresponds to. I have no idea. You can tell me, I'll forget immediately.
Did you guys both grow up in Illinois?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm a little bit from east of here. I grew up in Michigan, so I get that Eastern time zone. So all the commercials with the 8/7 Central, I had to remind myself it wasn't at 7. I was a very dumb kid.
Yeah, that always confused me. I remember as a kid and being like, "What's wrong with us? They got to put us second."
Yeah,
I just got a fucking New Jersey accent. We got to be fucking second. We're the second fucking city, second time zone. Fuck that.
Gabagool.
Yeah, I got my Gabagool Lunchable.
Delicious.
They make those. It's just like mini charcuterie things. I used to eat those all the time when we used to go outside.
Back when you were a rich person.
Back when I was a rich person,
rich bourgeoisie.
Yeah, going to Walgreens and getting a $4 stale cracker and gross preservative excuse for a meat.
Bootlicker.
And I would shake the hands of the security guards when I got in and when I left.
Hey, speaking of licking boots, how about you lick our boots and give us a review on iTunes? If you give us a 5-star review on iTunes, we'll read it on the show. Isn't that exciting?
We haven't gotten one in a while. Leave one.
Yeah.
We'll read it. Yeah, like Kevin said, we'll read it on the show.
Speaking of the show, we got show merchandise, Grant. Do you
Whoa!
believe this? Teespring.com/stores/thoughtcops. Buy something that helps us out, for crying out loud.
And speaking of crying out loud, theme song cover contest. I think we got another one today.
Oh,
we got one
yeah.
from Firecloud, aka Granddad.
Oh, that's exciting.
I don't know why that's both of his names, but he made a cover of our theme song, and we'll play it at the end of the show. If you have a cover,
go ahead. I
was just gonna say, if you have a cover song you'd like to play us, send it to us at what the fuck words am I saying? thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com, and we will play your creation of our creation. Go ahead.
No, I forgot.
Okay. Well.
2 minutes of hate, a very famous, very favorite segment of the show where we like to blanket punish all that annoying random crap on the internet every single week. This week, fuck, I don't have one. You guys, Grant, you go first.
I got one. We were talking about this is a good segue. You were talking about Lori Lightfoot. My 2 minutes of hate this week. I'm gonna sum it up into one word. And that word is Chicagoplainers. It's the word complainers, but it's people in, around, or about Chicago that complain about Chicago. And I'll give you an example. There will be some news story. And like you all mentioned, last Sunday going into Monday, there was major rioting and looting that happened just like overnight, just in the middle of like 2 a.m., and then that was followed by the storm from hell. And there will be like a Twitter story that says, Chicago ravaged by looting and freak storm out of nowhere. And you read the comments, and every comment is like, no wonder everybody's leaving Chicago. What a shithole.
Yeah.
Or what are you gonna do, Lori? What are you gonna? And it's like, what is she gonna do about the sky, the weather? What you can blame so much on her, and I do actively, but there's some things where it's like, well, the looting. If you would read the stories about the looting that happened downtown, it was they were listening to the police scanner, and they were sending police out after the people that were looting some of these stores, and they were just like listening to the scanner and saying, oh, let's not go there. So they were evading the police. And they're like, what are you going to do, Lori? And it's just like, what the fuck are any of you talking about? And then you get these people that don't even live in Chicago, that have never lived in Chicago, complaining about, it's a good thing I got out. And it's like, I don't fucking believe you. Or I'm looking to move out. It's no wonder Chicago's hemorrhaging citizens, that all these people are moving out. It's going the way of Detroit. And it's like, Detroit is its own fucking thing. Detroit had one industry, and as soon as the automotive industry left, like, it fucking plummeted. But that's not the case of like any other major city, is that one industry hinges on its entire well-being. And I'll go into another thing. I was up in Wisconsin this past weekend, and we're driving through Wisconsin, and there's a bunch of signs on people's lawns that say Pritzker sucks. You're in Wisconsin.
Mind your own fucking business.
Yeah, mind your own fucking business. You motherfuckers that live in Wisconsin that always fucking jerk your little ding-dongs over the fact that, oh, you pay less taxes because you live in Wisconsin. Well, you live in Wisconsin, so shut the fuck up. And two, you don't get to pretend that you live in Illinois. So you can't have an opinion about our governor. Shut the fuck up.
Dude. I grew up in the suburbs of Detroit, so I moved from defending one city to now defending two. And at about age 16, I just cut it down to fuck you, and right. it pretty much gets the thing across. Well, the reason Detroit collapsed is because when they integrated the assembly lines, all of the white people moved in the 60s, and then they just moved to the suburbs, and then their kids and I went to school together, and they were mean. But yeah, dude, I fucking feel that. I'll have like people reach out to me from home and be like, so you safe? And I'm like, we haven't spoken in 10 years.
Yeah.
What are you doing? No, I'm not
Guys,
safe.
So you guys had those Blues Brothers out there. Stay safe, and the Bulls.
Yeah. I'll have like my sister called me up one day and she's like, I heard there was a shooting in Chicago. I heard there was a shooting in Chicago. Are you okay? And I'm like, it happened in West Lawn. Like the area that like the fucking not great fucking overly violent like, yes, I am safe. I live in the fucking West Loop. Like it's one of the safest places you can possibly fucking exist in.
Yeah, dude, they just don't even understand that it's the third largest city in the country. There's so many people here.
And all the shit about like there's so many people that are like leaving or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but there's also a lot of people that are moving to it. And so if you look at the amount of like net loss of population, it's like almost negligible. Like Chicago's losing some residents, but so is like every big city, and it's not like it's hemorrhaging like millions of people every day. It's like a couple thousand every year. It's just so fucking stupid, but it's just to promote some fucking dumbass agenda about like, these liberal cities or whatever. And it's like, yeah, I have my problems with them too, but like my problems with them are vastly different from your problems with them. So shut the fuck up.
You're just sitting there making up these scenarios and just getting angry about it. It's wild. Yeah, I saw something on Twitter the other day where someone was just like, people are moving out of New York en masse. New York's over, and it's like a bunch of poor young people are going to move there, and it's going to be even cooler now.
Right.
So, Graham, what's your punishment?
You don't get to visit. You never get to visit.
Yeah.
Because I know that all these people want to. Because why else would you not live in a place and constantly complain about it? Because you want to go there. Mm-hmm. Because you want to go there and you want it to be safe for you and your little suburbanite family. Oh, it's so dangerous in Chicago. Some of these minorities would just move out. Me and my family, we could go to the Bean and take our fucking selfies in it. Blah, 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 blah. It's just...
So, Grant...
You don't get to fucking look at our pictures and take photos in front of the Bean, and you don't get to eat either of our types of pizza, deep dish or thin slice. You get to enjoy none of it. You don't get to enjoy any hot dogs. Someone just slaps them out of your hand.
I think they shouldn't even get to enjoy any media that has any Chicago connection.
Right. No more Chicago PD for you.
No Dick Wolf.
So, Grant, you've inspired me, if I may jump in here, to give my 2 minutes of hate this week, is Californiaplainers. Because I just saw, I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I see the same thing every time, where it's like, California's on fire again. Everybody's leaving.
Thanks a lot.
You don't want to be there. It's basically just...
Thanks a lot, Gavin Newsom. It's like, he doesn't control the fires.
Yeah, so it's like every time there's fires, there's always like people are taking photos and pictures where it's just like, wow, it looks like hell. Or there's like, oh, yep, there's a drought again in California. Yeah, you don't want to be there. It's the same fucking thing, man. And it's like, yeah, you clearly do. That's why you're talking about it so much.
Dude,
yeah, the state where all of like every major industry that our entire economy like lives off of, which is like Silicon Valley and like Hollywood. Fuck them. It's like, well, no, if we get rid of them, like we're all fucked. So
where do you want them to go? Your fucking town?
I don't think so. Texas. We're all gonna move to Texas. The taxes are lower. Yeah, just wait until Hollywood moves to Texas and they fucking jack up taxes.
We're actually all moving with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I got a bunk in his left bicep.
Oh, I'm in the fuck, I don't have another time for it.
I almost forgot the word bicep. My brain doesn't work anymore. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Dude, people are just fucking freaking out about California. And I was telling you guys, my roommate's out in Napa right now working on a vineyard. And he's commuting from home. It's a very long commute. But no, he was like, yeah, we were just standing there one day and we saw lightning strike and then there was smoke. Because this one just was started because of a fucking storm. It wasn't like that a camper just kicking over a fire again. And now they're just there's not enough people in the prisons to fight the fires. So, good luck, wine.
And that's like the thing with these planers of places, you know, Chicagoplainers or Californiaplainers, what have you, is that the people that like to complain about these places don't live in the places and don't really even follow the news about a lot of these things. And it's okay to criticize, I think, where you live when you have like a good understanding of, like, let's say Chicago machine politics, and being like, yeah, they're like, Chicago has a disgusting branch of just like neoliberalism that runs it, and everyone's sort of like a Democrat in name only that is really only out for their own best interests, and, you know, like, fuck over the working class and poor people every chance that they get. And it's okay to like make those criticisms, but when people say things along the lines of like, oh yeah, these California is a failed state, it's like, how? It's the sixth largest fucking economy in the entire world or something like that. Like, how the fuck is it a failed state? What the fuck are you talking about?
Because I don't live there.
I don't live there, and it's liberals.
Oh yeah, if it's such a great state, then why can't I afford to move?
Because nobody fucking has anything to say about Cincinnati at all.
Oh, why isn't there an opening at Quicken Loans in San Diego for me to transfer? I know so many fucking people work for Quicken Loans. What's his face? Dan Gilbert is, and the Illiches are ruining downtown Detroit. Fuck them. I'm going to complain about his place I don't live in, but I have vested interest in.
Is that your 2 minutes of hate as Detroit Plainers?
Oh no, I can't decide one or the other. It's either all of my parents' old friends who are now all of a sudden super worried about sex trafficking for some reason, or people who do those tweets where it's like something, 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 wrong answers only.
Oh, God.
We've covered that one, I feel like 10 different times on the show.
That's what I was feeling like.
The first one, actually, I've been witnessing this a little more too, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, it's clearly like an astroturfing thing to you know, move to just be like, well, there's all these missing people, and it's like, well, you're not even looking at what that means. That's just all these people, like if a kid runs away for 2 days and the parents call the cops and like, yeah, my kid's missing, that's a missing person. There's only like a few hundred, not Miranda warnings, Amber Alerts a year. Like it's like all this, like, I don't know. Most human trafficking is labor trafficking, and the person who really made me mad about it was just like, it gets really mad about like decorum and respectability in politics. She's my old neighbor, but I used to have to drive her around in high school because she got 3 DUIs in 2 years.
Jesus.
In high school?
Well, she was an adult. She has 2 children.
Oh, okay.
Or 2 adult children now. The last time she did it, she flipped her Yukon Denali in our subdivision in the front lawn of a local news reporter, and then tried to run away. And now she's getting all pissy about decorum and the Democrats being rude. And now she's making me defend the Democrats.
Which is a thing that none of us want to do.
I had to do, oh my God, or I had to defend Ben Shapiro once because someone was being anti-Semitic about it. And I was like, he's just an idiot. There's nothing to do with the fact that him and I are one of few chosen people on this planet.
Well, wasn't there like a hashtag or something that was sort of going through Boomer Facebook that was like hashtag save the children? Or
it is
something
100%
like
save the children. Yeah. And it's all this, it's Pizzagate, it's QAnon, it's the satanic panic. It's all this shit. The world would be vastly cooler if this stuff truly existed in the way that
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, if I could just go out and worship the devil and make him appear incarnate, like, that'd be badass. I would not have gone to film school. I would just worship the devil. What's your punishment for these people taking up these pressing issues all of a sudden? They have to get labor trafficked.
Okay.
Yeah, they just have to go do unpaid labor for the first time in their lives.
Wow.
They all have to get internships.
They all have to get internships, and they do not get a good recommendation. They have to really earn
That's gotta hurt.
The few that I'm thinking of actually have never had jobs, and they have so much to say. It really blows my mind. Now I sound like my dad, and that's making me even more angry. So you know what? Now they have to now they have to have 2 unpaid internships.
I mean, I did 3, and neither of them panned out.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I did 3 as well.
love this country.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving right along. So if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often unusual punishment. Grant, we got a lot of good stuff here, but where should we begin?
I got a place to begin. Since we mentioned not wanting to defend Democrats, the DNC was this week, or is still this week. I guess it's still ongoing. I don't know. It seemed like a fucking catastrophe. I only really caught the parts that were like tweeted out, you know? There were certain videos and shit that were tweeted out and different happenings that occurred during this Democratic National Convention. But I guess one video in particular has been making the rounds on social media. I'm going to drop it in the chat here. We can watch this live. So this is in front of a green screen, and Billy Porter's wearing some weird cape thing.
Who's the guitarist?
With a gun over there, telling me I got to do it. Think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
So this video is like 3 minutes long. I don't know if we have to play the whole thing.
I think I get the gist.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good
that
enough.
was.
It's also a little more visual. There's a bunch of people with signs in the background, protesters. It's very weirdly shot, and I guess that they did it like in between people's speeches. These weird videos.
I hate them so much. This is a good song for the DNC because the chorus is what? Stop, children, what's that sound? Everyone look what's going down. That's the extent of what the Democrats do, is they look, they're like, oh, yeah, that sucks. What, are you going to vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't like this. We need to remove celebrities from everything.
Yeah, it's
I
very
think that might
weird.
be a good punishment. Yeah, just get him out.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, yeah, I'm fine with that because the last thing I want to do is fucking commentary on the DNC and the fucking horrific state of everything nowadays. But like, yeah, this video in particular and just a lot of the other shit. I guess there was a video of Billie Eilish that was like, hey, I'm really depressed, but you all need to vote for Joe Biden. And it's like, well, I'm so tired.
Yeah, I own that in the chat saying it's the new Tim and Eric.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this video, yeah, it's Billy Porter, Stephen Stills, Democratic National Convention. Just Google it if you want to be as depressed as I am.
They're both wearing the diarrhea pants from Tim and Eric. But on the same note, actually, as far as politics and celebrities, or at least characters who should not be involved whatsoever, Marge Simpson had something to say.
Oh,
about,
hell yeah.
Yeah, what's going down?
I usually don't get into politics, but
Don't.
the president's senior advisor, Jenna Ellis,
back over
just
there.
said Kamala Harris sounds like me. Lisa says she doesn't mean it as a compliment. If that's so,
Lisa
as
said
an
it.
ordinary suburban
I actually don't know if I know what
housewife,
Kamala
I'm
Harris's
starting
voice
to
sounds
feel
like.
a little disrespected.
Is that bad?
I teach my children
I don't
not to
either.
name call Jenna. I was going to say I'm pissed off, but I'm afraid they bleep it.
It's funny.
Just fucking milquetoast commentary. Like, again, police reform, please. Healthcare, please. Like, this is
Sleep Science in the chat says that doesn't even sound like Marge. It was the same actress, but like, she just like her voice is so fucked from like 43 years of Marge.
yeah.
Dude. It's like, because, this all sucks. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like taking anything, like so many things that I thought were like cool or fun are now just this like fucking lib ass bullshit.
I think that's Gen X for you. You know, like Simpsons and all this stuff, like it was very ingrained in Gen X, and now it is, the kind of milquetoast.
Yeah, just completely devoid of any sort of like larger systemic critique of literally anything that like affects anybody's lives in any sort of like materialist way. And it's just like, Marge Simpson said that Donald Trump uses bad language.
Also, I didn't like how she said pissed off. I'm like, I don't think Marge would ever say that.
No,
ever.
She wouldn't.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like, it just makes me sad. At least like the boomers, especially the older boomers, just grew up in a time where lead was in everything. So they're just fucking batshit now. And that's fun. The Gen Xers are just pussies.
Well, that's
like,
how we got.
How else to describe it?
That's how we got. That's how we got Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Where he's at is just, it's got to be rampant lead poisoning.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm pretty excited to watch Hunter speak tonight. Hunter Biden.
Oh God, man!
I was talking with Billy Dean, and we agreed that if they let Hunter do some key bumps on stage, that at least I will quit my job and devote the rest of from now until November 3rd for the Biden campaign. I can't be alone on that.
I was looking for a tweet. I thought it was a Jack Allison tweet. I could be wrong though. Someone tweeted this out a long time ago, and it always stuck in my head that politics is just lifestyle entertainment for liberals, and it's like it's so fucking on point. Like I don't remember who the fuck said it, but
didn't somebody in the Discord find it for you?
No, it was a different one. That wasn't the one that I was looking for, but it's so fucking on point because there's a tweet that went again sort of semi-viral, and this is just the level of again fucking politics nowadays is I'm gonna put this link in the chat. If you're in the Discord, you've already fucking seen me post this, but it's from John Fugelsang, and he says, "Hail Kamala, House of Harris, first of her name, Queen of the Ticket, Yas Queen of the Senate, daughter of immigrants, mother of dragons, breaker of tropes, crusher of Kavanaugh." He's in there, by the way. "Bitch smacker of Barr, shellacker of Limbaugh, Khaleesi of the Oakland, hashtag Kamala Harris VP, hashtag Democratic Convention." And it's just like, it's lifestyle type entertainment for people that just want the woman on TV to be like the other woman on TV, the fictional, what Harry Potter fucking, and they're all coming back out of the woodwork again. Ever since Kamala was on the ticket, they're like, oh yeah, we get to talk about Harry Potter and Game of Thrones and all of our favorite fucking fictional entities. Once again, we get to include these into our political discourse, and it's like nobody wants this.
Is fucking just go outside and go for a walk and ask a little kid what they're into. Though it's something cooler than the same three things over and over again till we all fucking die. And it's sorry. But
I mean, to be fair, that kid could very well be into being racist on the internet. So.
At least it's exciting. It's new again for some reason. They seem to pretend that it wasn't. Racism just came back. I saw something about this John Fugelsang guy today, and it was just like it was some tweet of like I guess this guy has like started all of those just like generic anti-Trump quotes, where it's like Donald Trump loves Jesus, but would Jesus love Trump?
Oh, I saw those. Yeah.
If I ever meet him, I'm gonna probably kill myself in front of him. Like, I don't have much power in this world, but I feel like, listen, I can go out at any time. Not that I'm going to. This sounds bad, but if it would just make one of these people just think outside of their ingrained thought patterns for a second, I'd take one for the team.
Just like slit your throat right in front of him so that the blood splatter like gets all over his suit.
Yeah, or if it's Jeff Bezos, I'm going to shoot myself and make sure it gets all on his shiny head.
Yeah, exactly. Or speaking of children, there was another thing where Elizabeth Warren was giving a speech and like the blocks behind her said BLM, and it's just like, man, come Come on. Oh, we got the message. Yeah, okay, great.
I hope they pivot towards the QAnon thing. I really hope the Dems pivot towards brainworms, like in a different kind of way.
So I think to put a cap on this, let's just say to put a cap on all of this, I think it's safe to say, you know, we've seen the Simpsons talk politics. We've even seen the fine folks over in Quahog do politics as well. And I think it's time to put away such childish things. I think it's time to I don't know who else should speak out on this. Someone with a little more authority.
Are there any shows on NBC that have like any takes on politics?
I don't know. Does NBC have shows anymore besides like the 24-hour news cycle?
I want just those like weird game show. I want Cannonball to have politics on it. The show where it's just how big of a cannonball you can make, as far as I know. They should
like any of those like obstacle course shows, you know?
Yeah.
Just mid obstacle course, they should ask you about just very specific political questions from your hometown.
So wait, now jump through these 3 hoops. Okay, climb the wall, and who are you voting for? Okay.
If you get the answer wrong, you're disqualified.
To completely change gears here, there's this article that has been going around Twitter a lot this week. 8 reasons men should live with their parents until marriage. And wouldn't you guess what the first one is? You'll have less opportunity to sin. Okay, so that kind of shows their whole ass on the whole thing. See where they're coming from.
So I'm looking at who you shared this from, and it's from this guy Roosh, and I feel like we've talked about a couple things that, like, he's made news before for this type of like dumb shit, but I don't remember. I think he's like a reformed like pickup artist guy that now his whole thing is that he's not a pickup artist guy, but he's like very hard into like the Christianity conservatism, like sort of like
it's a new punk rock brand.
No sex until you're married. Yeah, it's the new punk rock. Dude.
Yeah, no, this Roosh guy's been around for a hot minute. I'm pretty sure there was some he nonchalant. This is all allegedly nonchalantly talked about maybe doing sex crimes. But now he's an Orthodox Christian, so it works.
And Nico's saying that maybe he got banned from 4 countries.
What?
Okay, well, he's got some opinions here. He also says another reason you should live with your parents until marriage is you'll learn about family life. This guy's just like projecting so hard because he wasted his, and now he's like, well, now I can just be judgmental, I guess.
Yeah,
I think that's his whole shtick. I'd be willing to say that this is like him wielding the power of outrage culture to post like dumbass things, but I'd also be willing to say that he probably believes this stuff too. Again, like he's one of those people that I see his name pop up every once in a while, and I'm like, I should really look up who this is, and I never do because I just don't care about people that are this fucking dumb.
He says another one here, you won't become excessively selfish. Okay. Number 4, you won't waste money on rent. I mean, that's assuming your parents let you live for free at the age of 30. Or however
right. What if you just never get married and you just live with your parents for forever until you die?
Split the rest of my time shuttling between my mom's house and my dad's house at age 55. Yeah, that's great, Roosh. Thank you.
Yeah. Dad lets me stay up and play Nintendo 64. It's like, Dad died 3 years ago.
Yeah, well, he's way cooler now. It's way more chill. I can smoke inside.
Got number 5, you won't develop weird habits that could turn off a reasonable spouse.
You should live with other people you're not related to so you can find out how weird your family actually is.
Yeah, because then it's like you get married to somebody and then you're like, why aren't they acting like my mommy and daddy?
Yeah.
That is very true. I do know people that fucking do that shit, man. It's depressing.
It says habits such as locking yourself in your bedroom all day can turn away a reasonable spouse.
Well, I guess I can't have a job right now.
Well, this next one is critical. Number 6, you won't waste hundreds of hours performing feminine duties such as the laundry, or washing the dishes.
You know, because you have a mom. And when you're married, your wife is your mom.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically.
See? I mean, we kind of nailed this already. Number 7 is you will be able to participate in church life with your family.
Yeah, I'm reading. There's a Washington Post article about this guy. A notorious pickup artist found God. Lots of angry white radicals do, and it's sort of talking about like the different articles he wrote. 5 reasons to date a girl with an eating disorder, blah blah blah, stuff like that. And now he's like very much. Apparently, he took psychedelic mushrooms and just turned into a Christian, and now his whole thing is like, women are like, it's just another way to fucking like take all of your like toxic masculine anger out on women and just go from subverting them one way to subverting them in a completely different way that like is just subverting them nonetheless.
Dude, it is a very weird, very real pipeline of these dudes taking psychedelics and then just doubling down on this bullshit. The first person I ever took acid with is a Proud Boy now.
Jesus. See, drugs are bad.
And
drugs are bad.
This kid I used to go to music festivals with, one time just tagged me in a group chat because I made fun of Jordan Peterson, and also 3 years before that I made fun of him for being a finance major, and I guess he was just dwelling on it. I used to buy mushrooms and DMT from him, and now he tweets nonstop all day to nobody about how great Donald Trump is. He's a QAnon guy now. It's amazing.
So the last point here is number 8. You will be instantly unattractive to worldly, i.e. bad, women.
Yeah, because the fact of the matter is you're a fucking loser that lives at home with his fucking parents, and that people in general don't fucking want to be around people that haven't broadened their horizons and like been around other types of people. If your mom's still washing your fucking underwear at the age of 30, people don't want to be around you.
Or 40, don't rush anyone.
Or 50.
When the time is right.
Look, it's about time they reboot Failure to Launch, so it'll probably be 55. It'll be great.
In this economy? Yeah.
Yeah, in a post-2008 economy? Are you fucking kidding me?
So yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous here. I mean, there are ways. There are other ways. I think it's important for men to move out on their own, sleep without a bed frame, do a podcast, and drink shitty beers with their friends. That's, I think that's essential to living a healthy lifestyle. I don't know. Maybe you'll attract worldly women, which is obviously not a good thing.
With the dried PBR on your denim jacket.
Yeah. I feel like that's so many of our solutions in this show. Like when my 2 minutes of hate was like happy people, I'm like, yeah, you got to be more depressed like me. Then you'll live a more fulfilling lifestyle because you're so sad all the time that when you're happy, it'll be like real happiness as opposed to your fake all the time happiness. It's the same thing. It's like, yeah, fucking live in poverty and squalor, have rats in your apartment, have fucking cockroaches one year, fucking, yeah, do a podcast, stream on Twitch, try stand-up comedy, be exactly like me, Grant Mooney.
300 hours in Zelda.
Yeah. Still haven't beaten it.
I owe $1,000 to my last therapist, and I'm just not going to go again. It's been 2 years. He keeps finding me, too. It's pretty crazy. Man. But yeah, that's how I know I'm truly living my best life. Is that I had so many problems that I had to run away from them even more.
It's called life experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, medical debt, okay? That's how you know you're truly living.
At least you've experienced those things, like
it's called being a grown-up.
Yeah, people that don't experience those things, they don't live a whole fulfilled life, You got to do shit like that every now and then just to shake things up, just to experience.
Okay, is it fair to say this is all the punishment for this guy? Roosh should do all of these things. He should live like us.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll turn out obviously good.
Yeah. I think that's completely fair.
Roosh's got to live with black mold on his bedroom walls for 4 years.
Exactly.
While not having health insurance and a very bad mold allergy.
Exactly.
Let's see. There was one. We have one more here. Actually, which one do you want to do? You got any preference?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about fucking politics anymore, even though this picture of Jordan Peterson and his daughter and Abby Shapiro's ramen picture are really funny. I don't know if I have it in me to talk about politics anymore.
Well, we could talk about this other article that went around this week.
Well,
it's called 25 Games Online That Women Enjoy. This was from Parade.com, and it was taken off because people were very upset about it.
Yes.
And our friends over at Drink a Beer and Play a Game managed to find the cached version. Am I saying that? Is it cached or cached?
I say cachet, and I hold my pinky up as I do it.
Yeah. Cached.
Dude, when I come across words like that and then I don't know how to pronounce it, I'll just like kind of mumble and pretend to cough or sneeze. And I'm just like, yeah, they go oh, sorry, allergies.
Yeah, I got black mold.
Black mold. Yeah.
Or just like say your way around the word so that you don't have to say it. Just be like, yeah, they found the version of it that was archived. It's the archived version.
So the article starts off with gals love gaming just as much as men. So you can kind of predict how the rest of the article goes. I just saw somebody like posted on Twitter. It's like, what is it going to be, Candy Crush? And they're like, yep. Oh my god, it was. So, yeah, it's it's like, hey, games are for everybody these days. Pretty much everybody's gaming.
This reminds me of,
regardless of whatever creed or whatever other band you listen to. This
reminds me of like in college when I would have to write a paper and I would sit there just for hours and stare at a blank screen, and then it'd be like 2 a.m. and the paper would be due at 8, and I'd be like, okay, might as well get started. Gals love gaming just as much as men. Like, that's exactly the sentence that I would write at 2 a.m, running on no sleep, trying to get a paper done in 6 hours. Like, that's the exact sentence that I would write. It's a terrible sentence. This is a horrible article. I can tell just by that.
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of exactly. They're just like, fuck, this is gonna be bad, but it's my job, and I'm gonna be crucified for it. But if I don't get paid, well. So they got a lot of great games on here. They got, like I said, they got Candy Crush, Solitaire. It's a classic. They got the Kim Kardashian game on your phone. Play that one. Sort of a game for girls, of course. Harry Potter, Wizards Unite. Animal Crossing is on here. You know,
it's weird because there are some like good games on here, and then they're like, Solitaire, Blackjack. It's like, well, huh?
It's just like online gambling. Miniclip.com.
Underground poker games. Oh, they have Overwatch on here. A game I'm very intimidated of. Anything that's popular with the teens, I'm afraid of.
Yeah, they're teens. They got a lot of time to commit to this sort of thing, which obviously I don't, being stuck inside all day. They got House Flipper, Just Dance. Like I said, the Kim Kardashian Hollywood Adventure. I don't know. It's like, some girls do like games like Dark Souls and whatever. So I think those people were the most offended by this. They're saying like, why isn't there a what men play article? Because it would have everything.
I wish
it's just like Dead or Alive beach volleyball, and that's the only. Oh, Nima in the chat said that.
I wish in this games that girls played, just one of them was that school shooter simulation that was on Steam for like 3 days.
Oh yeah.
It's like Bejeweled Classic. Shooting up a school.
I think that's a good punishment. Games are for girls now. Girls can also be school shooters. That's dark, but we're
that's equal rights, I guess. You women said you wanted equal rights. Well, now you're all school shooters. That's.
Why don't you guys go mow down a whole airport in Call of Duty and try to go to school the next day and feel normal?
Yeah, it's fun. Give it a shot. You might like it.
Yeah, you wanted equal rights? Well, this is you now. There's someone out there who that logic like completely makes sense in their head.
What's that old thing?
There's someone
like,
out there.
Equal rights, I should be able to punch you in the mouth. And it's like, well, you can't punch anybody. You're not supposed to punch anybody.
That's always like the go-to example. Like, woman gets punched in face. First comment, you wanted equal rights, didn't you? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, I don't know.
Why is that your concept of equal rights?
Is that like how do they just spend their days just getting beat up? Are they like adults with bullies? They're just getting the shit kicked out of them. It's like, well, if the world, or by women, they're getting the shit kicked out of them by women. They're like, well, if the world was fair, I could punch my bully back in the mouth.
I guess so, yeah.
Speaking of world being fair, let's move along to Key to the City, something nice. Grant, how about you?
You start. I'll close out.
I wanted to back what you were going to say because I know what it was.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. So I'll start. Yeah, my key to the city this week. I hate that this is like the positive portion of the show, and then I'm going to be a downer. Which seems to happen a lot, like when Michael Brooks passed away, and anytime that fucking happens. But yeah, one of my good friends from college passed away recently. Her name was Miriam. She ran a website. I won't get too much into the details of shit, but she ran a website called The Petite Bijou, and it was just sort of like a lifestyle blog. She started a podcast that was called like the Bijou Show or the Bijou Podcast. It was, associated with the brand and stuff. That was sort of her life's work. And, when she was a lot younger, she was afflicted with a terrible condition that very nearly killed her. And she was sort of given a second chance at life because she got to come back from it. And, she got to over, the next couple of years that she was with us, she got to do a lot and accomplish a lot. So, if you all want to like sort of learn more about her experiences and stuff like that, which, I think that was one of her main messages that she tried to sort of put out was that, despite surviving, this horrific disease that just, did what it did, that she could still sort of make something of herself and stuff like that. And she eventually succumbed, I don't know the fucking tense of the word, to something that might have very well been caused by the disease. But yeah, so check that out if that's something that sounds like it would interest you.
Yeah, and I wanted to back that too because she was a huge help for us. She built our website, she got our presence up,
Yeah. The reason why when you Google Thought Cops at all, the reason why our name shows up at all on Google is because she helped me with like SEO and shit, and she helped us just with helping make the website look better at all, which we should still pay a little more attention to. But just huge help in all those different types of regards. I could go a lot more into it, but I won't because
we're schmucks. We don't know any better. So, the help goes a long way. So, yeah, I guess to just kind of change gears completely. Max, if there's just something nice, obviously these times are strange and weird and, occasionally bad. So if you have something that, is positive or cool that, you've experienced or seen recently, now would be the time to share.
There's a few. I came out of my room this morning and my roommate, not the one in California, but my other one's girlfriend cleaned the whole apartment, which
hell yeah,
was pretty awesome. Let me see. I get to see my mom for the first time in almost a year tomorrow, and I'm very excited. My sister lives here too, so she's driving down from Michigan, and we're gonna hang out. Cool. And I'm pretty sure it's just a ploy to see my girlfriend's dogs, but I'll take it.
Yeah, you take what you get.
Yeah. Also, Chicago comedy is eating itself, and I love to watch it.
Yeah. I guess if people, can't get up on stage, it's just like, well, I guess we could talk about the discourse endlessly.
I guess we could just be mean to each other, and that'll be fun. Yeah. I haven't been on Facebook in a week and a half, and that is amazing.
Yeah, Facebook is rotten.
Dude. I do love that because I don't like. I've done a handful of fucking open mics. Like, by no means am I a fucking stand-up comedian. Like, that's
don't be so hard on yourself.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I've done it, so I guess I would be considered one. But it's like I'm not. It's not my. 100% thing. I don't have both feet in the water, but it's hilarious because I'm a part of all of those Facebook groups. And like Max said, like just watching some of these people rip each other apart. And it's like, I don't even know most of the names, but it's just people destroying each other is always hilarious.
It's incredible. Some people came after somebody for doing something with somebody who threatened to do malicious things to other people. And he was getting all upset. But I've made it my life's mission to tell everybody that his grandpa is a billionaire, and that when you look when the Bulls are playing, his family name is on the court.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't like me very much. It's very fun. I'll tell you off mic because I feel like they have a lot of lawyers. Just on the assumption that they're billionaires, I feel like they could probably afford it.
They'll be fine. So let's move right along here to our Thought Cops Word of the Week. A little education segment for you. God, we got so much here. Fuck, you know what? I'll just say it. I made this one up. Sincere pilled. Because if you had pilled to the end of anything, just basically when it's the opposite of irony poisoning. It's when you come around so much that you actually use the internet to be sincere and vulnerable. And it's weird and it's fucked up.
Couldn't be me, bro. Couldn't be me. I'm only sarcastic or manic.
I may hide behind a layer of irony, but I am a human being sometimes.
Well, and then you can take too many sincere pills and get sincere poisoned, as I think we talked about with the big baby that was bouncing on his dad's back, and everyone was like, "This baby's disgusting." And then there was that one guy that was like, it's pretty weird that we're all bullying a baby on the internet, and it's like, shut up, let us have fun. You're being too sincere. You know,
if a baby can't log online, you should be able to cyberbully anybody that can't get online.
Exactly.
The thing about that though is like I feel like that isn't even sincere. That's just like somebody he probably is like, oh, this will get me attention. I don't actually believe this.
Well, it's sincere poisoned. You're too sincere.
Yes.
And like irony poison. Like at a certain point, if you're irony poisoned, you're not being ironic. You're just fucking hateful, you know?
You need to go outside, which doesn't do anything. I just sound like my stepmom now. And she's like, I just like, sometimes when I'm feeling down, I'll go for a run. It's like, when I was at my most, like the best shape of my life, I was my most depressed. I need to eat bad food and sit.
Yeah.
Everybody has
whatever's your
fucking
brain fart at the same. No, every time we get to this part of the episode,
you have it written down this time. There's a part here.
I want to read it. And without further ado, I didn't even fucking write this right.
That sounds about right. You were typing it out as you were.
Hold on. God. Okay. So we do voicemails on the show. And people can call a number and leave us a voicemail. Or they can also send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Or just give us a call. 312-788-7361. And without further ado, let's listen to those voicemails.
I hate to piss on your parade, but I just realized I think why you keep slipping up is because before we do voicemails, we do plugs, and then we do voicemails.
God,
and we just jump straight to the voicemails.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna do something in the doc here.
The show's only been going for 179 weeks.
Oh, man.
Yeah, in my defense,
seeing behind the curtain.
Oh, it's nasty. So I just put the word plugs in very large font.
Behind the curtains, there's a bunch of black mold.
Yeah.
And Roosh.
We're quite sick.
Roosh trying so hard not to deploy his pickup artist techniques on worldly women.
Max, if you want to plug your your social media, anything else you're doing?
You could watch me freak out on Twitter at Max_Shanker. And I at some point in 6 years, I will get back to running the stand-up show I ran, Smiley Face, at the Lincoln Lodge. We had a house band, and hope for the future for a while. But that's all done. We also had a weed sponsor, which was really cool.
Nice.
It was everything I wanted in life. And it turns out I should not have said that out loud because then it was all taken away.
Oh.
Well, if you say it out loud, maybe that is willing it into existence once again.
Please.
We'll see.
Let this go away. And also, yes, check me out on Twitter, I guess. I tweet only when I'm working.
Great use of your time. Don't do that in your free time. That's a terrible way to spend your free time. You should be out there having fun. Do all of your depressing tweeting shit at work while you're getting paid.
Yeah, for 40 hours a week, I'm sitting in my bedroom tweeting, and then for another 40 hours a week, I'm sitting in my living room reading other people's tweets.
Ain't that the life? So without further ado, wait, are we going to cut the before part, Grant?
It's up to you.
Fuck. I guess. Yeah, okay. We'll Zwick cut the for eight. I don't fucking know, man.
Zwick, make
Grant,
the show sound good, please.
Okay, hold on.
Can you make me sound hunky?
Can we get a hunk filter?
Yeah.
Zwick?
I want to sound chiseled.
He's gonna misspelled hunky, and he's gonna make you sound honky.
Can you make me sound whiter than I am?
He's gonna make you sound so white. You're like, Zwick, how come he sounds honky? Oops, I misspelled him. Sorry, guys. I misread. I don't know how to spell things. I'm Zwick. I can't spell.
Where'd you get the recording of him trying to order at a Mexican restaurant a year ago?
All right, so Zwick, cut out all the other voicemail stuff before this and keep the conversation we just had here about the hunk meter and cut back in here. All right, we're going to play some listener voicemails. If you want to leave us one of your own, give us a call, 312-788-7361. Or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. So without further ado, let's listen to what came in on our hotline this week. I fucking nailed it.
Please leave that in where you said I fucking nailed it.
This is the Discord news for this week. Officer Grant was talking about his dad in the Real Politics channel and how he's a hydroxychloroquine truther. Yeah, man, we can tell you hate your dad. You have a podcast.
The Discord became Grant's personal reminder system in an effort to actually get some new emojis added. Out of a handful of suggestions, we barely got 2. Is this how you get things done in real life? No wonder your life is goofed.
In the Food Network channel, things got heated to the point where Yosef and Nico called each other ketards and carb cucks respectively.
Wow.
Come on, guys. Just get it over with already. Also, everyone is buying Halo Top Ice Cream for some reason. It's not even that good.
In other news, Officer Grant announced that he's going to be in the next Be Nice to Me Productions video, where he's going to choke another man while being shirtless.
Okay.
It's true.
Come on, man. Just come out already.
In the Real Politics channel, people have been making fun of Ben Shapiro for not knowing the difference between WAP and a yeast infection. A problem Officer Grant can very much identify with.
Science had some opinions about Sam Hyde after news broke of Alex from Be Nice to Me Productions working with him. We didn't read them though, because he's a manlet.
This week's Discord news has been presented to you by I Love S3 and IONET Runrunner Pirate Mode.
That was awesome. How nice is that? I didn't know they were going to do that. So that was we have a Thought Cops Discord where we have it's a nice hangout spot. People hang out and like we got the live chat here. We've been kind of talking to them during the episode and we got all sorts of, there's all sorts of conversation. When I mentioned Halo Top Ice Cream, you can talk about that.
It's fortunately enough, our Discord channel is one of the more like positive spaces that you can have like discussions online.
Yeah, and I feel like it's obviously very reasonable.
Like there's no Nazis in here. Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah. But I also
we
felt
have
like
to clarify. We're like, they're.
Yeah, no Nazis.
Go on.
That's the Thought Cops Discord guarantee. No Nazis. But I feel like 80% of that voicemail was bullying me.
Is that a common thing on the Discord? Just bullying you?
I guess.
I mean, they bully both of us quite a bit. It's not great. It hurts.
I mean, I love a good scapegoat, but you kind of got to spread it around.
Oh, it's spread around. Trust me.
It took me a few seconds to realize that was Yosef. It sounded like he was trying to hide his German accent.
He was trying to do the like the Midwesterner news voice. The fact that every news anchor pronounces words the same. I think he was doing that.
Well, Joseph, we love you the way you are. You don't have to do that.
Don't need a non-regional dialect.
Yeah.
The Thought Cops is a worldly program.
Roosh unapproved. Official.
That's fine. That is fine.
Hey, have you guys seen this really low IQ, I peaked in high school take where it's like, y'all care about wearing masks. I care about international child trafficking.
Oh, God.
One,
have I
you
seen
can care about more than one thing. 2, what do they have in common? And 3, you guys don't even care about human trafficking. You guys have no idea how it works. It's not just like some strangers grabbing your kid in the middle of the street. It's usually people who are sold into it by family members, or they are trafficked by people they know. It's not just like some cabal of billionaires or politicians like roaming the streets to kidnap McKinsey and whatever. Like, the punishment is anyone who posts something like this dies of COVID.
Okay, Max, would you agree with that?
Yeah, yep, but it has to be very slow. And they have to be trafficked around at different hospitals. They still need to be trafficked.
Perfect, yes.
It's weird. I know for a fact she left that voicemail before we started recording, but like she's done that a couple of times where she's like hit into a vein.
Too. Yeah,
she's hit a vein in the show that's like something we decided to talk about, but that we didn't even like have on the dock. Like she's brought in, her issue is like our guest's 2 minutes of hate, kind of a lot, and it's sort of freaky.
She's got a finger on the pulse of the people, you know.
Yeah, seriously, she's the conduit of internet outrage, the outrage queen.
But dude, just like the whole thing, it's like I saw like there was posted. It's like, well, you know, the masks make it easier to hide the child's identity and their emotions.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
No kid can hide their emotions. It's not possible. They're just, if they don't know the person, they're going to freak out. Also, there's all these like you'll see a lot of people, or maybe just from my area, because there's a large Middle Eastern population and people are racist, being like, there was an Arab man standing too close to me at Target. That when I went outside, he had a van. So just be on the lookout for any Arab person with a van.
Wait, he had a van?
Yeah, he had a van and it was parked 6 rows and 3 cars over from me.
Not good. That's trouble.
Not saying that like this stuff doesn't happen sometimes. It's just not as widespread.
Yeah, it's like that fucking like a stop clock is right, you know, twice a day kind of thing. That's why it's like anytime Alex Jones, one of his darts hits the dartboard at all, they're like, oh boy, oh, he's a prophet.
Yeah.
So.
Not like my boy Q, though. He's always right.
Is there actually a guy named Q, or
no? I don't know.
It's the guy from it's the guy from Impractical Jokers. He's a Trump insider.
Oh boy.
So
well, that just about does the episode here. Max, I'm glad we could finally get you on.
Yeah,
man.
I was glad. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, come back on 2 years from now.
Yeah.
We'll schedule you for August 2022.
Yeah, let's hope we're still alive.
No, we'll all be staying indoors and staying safe.
Yeah, but Kamala will be our president and our mom.
That's true. And wouldn't you know, she would be a worldly VP.
Hell yeah.
Everybody, thanks for listening. If you feel like supporting the show, you can toss us a few bucks, get some extra content over at patreon.com/thoughtcops. Like I said, give us a call, leave us a voicemail, 312-788-7361, or come hang out in our Discord. If you want to know where the Discord is, just go to our Twitter, or ask one of us. We'll give it to you. Come hang out. It's a good time. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.